Hey, everybody. Jump on, jump on, jump on. I need some advice. So, you know what I've been doing today? I have been in an undisclosed location shooting the television show of Grant Cardone's Undercover Billionaire. Listen to me. Oh my God, Real Estate King. And I am at my, let's say, listing. Again, undisclosed. I'm going to open up the comments here because I'm going to need some advice. I want some comments. So I'm sitting here waiting on Grant Cardone and his production team to get here. So this morning, we met with production. We did a bunch of intro, outro stuff. We did a bunch of shots. It was pretty fun. Not like shots, but like shots. And then Grant's coming to visit the properties. My property is slated for today. Again, undisclosed location. I'm here now. If you guys were wondering, I'll give you a little hint about what it is. It's a multifamily in Austin, Texas. And it's a property that I actually sold to my client. And then 2 years later, he asked me to list it again. So when I got the call from the Real Estate King telling me he was going to be in town, in the production company, I was like, oh, I've got the perfect project to pitch Grant Cardone. So give me some advice. So I'm literally waiting on him to get here. I've seen him once today, and Sabrina's with him. She's the most amazing assistant ever, and Ryan Secco. But give me some advice. If you were pitching Grant Cardone, and believe me, y'all, I've been through this over and over and over in my head, and like great business rule, right? It's real easy to get into your own head. So as I'm sitting there, just like in full disclosure, I've got the smallest deal. Mine's north of $2 million. Mine's the smallest. Like the guy next to me is like, my deal is 8 million. My deal is 10 million. My deal is 22 million. And I'm like, oh my God, why am I standing here? Well, when I look at the rate of return, my deal's just as sexy as their deal, if not more, because the investment and the ROI, it's there. Like the numbers pencil. Jump in the comments here. I want to see who's on here. I want to see if you're going to give me some advice. If you're just now popping on, I am waiting on Grant Cardone. I wonder how many times Elena Cardone has said that. I'm waiting on Grant Cardone and his film crew to get here. I'm at one of my listings in Austin, Texas. It's a multifamily deal. I got a call from the production company for Grant's show, Real Estate King. He's in town. He's shooting the show. They wanted me to throw a deal into the hat. So that's what I'm doing. But it's a couple things, right? Like number one, it's nerve wracking to pitch to Grant. I mean, give me a break. The guy really is. When he says his show, The Real Estate King, it's an understatement. He's the real estate mogul, billionaire real estate mogul. So here I've got this small $2 million deal, and casting had all of us up there, and they had us all together doing that. Oh, and here comes the homeowner now. But casting had us all up there and, talking about our deals. So what advice would you guys give me? And I'll tell you what, if for some crazy reason Grant doesn't buy this deal, one of you need to buy it, because it is good. And even to the point where the seller and I, who was my client previously, he and I are like, dang, this is a good deal. We need to go raise this money. Grant or no Grant. So anyways, what advice would you give me? Throw it into the comments. What advice would you give me if you were negotiating with Grant Cardone on TV? I mean, guys, and so it's set up just like The Apprentice, right? He is the Donald, and I may or may not get to the boardroom tomorrow. I'm hoping I have prepared all I know to prepare. I've got a great deal. I've got a great property of the purpose. I got that from a dear friend of mine. And, but what would you do if you were pitching to Grant Cardone? Throw it into the comments. What would you do to get him to buy your deal? That's what I want to see. With Grant, like, it's not personal. It's never personal, right? His wife's one of my very best friends, but it's not personal. Either the deal pencils or it doesn't pencil. So mine pencils. It does pencil. It's a good deal sitting in Central Austin. Really good deal. And if for some crazy reason it's not big enough or sexy enough for Grant, you guys need to reach out to me, because we need to sell this deal. Like, it's a good deal. So anyways, so let's talk about that. And Rich, you didn't wreck my car, did you?
Just no.
I am sitting here. The homeowner, he's been so great. He has been so awesome. Like when I called him 3 days ago and I said, hey, I've had his house listed. And I called him 3 days ago. I'm like, hey, I think I'm going to put your house on television, and I need you to move heaven and earth and do this and do that. And anyways, he's just been a great sport about it. Cause like, that's hard sometimes too, right? Is to get everybody on the same page. So anyways, wish me luck. I mean, Grant should be here. I just got a text. I wonder if that's the team right now telling me that they're on the way. Actually, it's not. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's just all kinds of people texting me saying, did you close Cardone or not? And I have not closed Cardone by any stretch of the imagination. So those of you who know GC, or those of you who'd like to know GC or think you know him, give me some advice. What would you do? He's going to be here within 30 minutes. I'm going to be eyeball to eyeball with him. He's at the property. I'm at the property right now. All I can tell you about it is that it's a multifamily unit. It's a multifamily property sitting in central Austin. Like location. Our location is sick. It is so good. We have all kinds of big ideas about what we can do to this property and turn it into a fantastic Airbnb, right? Super central, central to University of Texas, Lady Bird Lake, Formula One, downtown, Hancock Golf Center, you name it, you can get there, anytime you want to. So throw it in the comments. You guys do not leave me hanging. I see you're on here right now. But what would you say to Grant Cardone if you were trying to get him to pick you over 8 other deals? Right? What would you say to Grant? A lot of you guys and gals know Grant, because he's tough. And part of me, you guys always talk, like you guys hear me talk about when I go speak, I talk about in the absence of courage, you do it scared. Right? And so my initial thought to this was when I got a call from the casting department, like, no, not know that I didn't want to work with Grant. I love Grant. I'd love to work with Grant, but like, no, my deal won't be big enough. No, my deal won't be good enough. Oh God, I'll screw it up. Oh, I won't, whatever, and very few people, and those of you who know me know, very few people put me in that do loop mentally. Very few people. He's one of them. He is absolutely one of them. I feel like Donald Trump's about to walk through here any minute. And it's The Apprentice, and he's going to say, you're fired. So that being said, but you know what? I just want to encourage all of you, like, always say yes. I had Elena on my show last night and we talked about it. And, and we talked about the fact that Elena Cardone has made the decision she's going to say yes more often. So when you get an opportunity this big to pitch to a billionaire, to be on his television show, to even have the opportunity to, get his feedback or his advice on the deal, I went to breakfast with him. God, it was probably about 3 months ago. I was up in Dallas. And I was picking Elena up, and she and I were flying to New York, but we were going to fly out of Dallas. So Grant was there. And so me, Grant, and Elena went to breakfast. And he's like, well, tell me about your business. Tell me what's going on. Da, 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 da. And I told him about a deal I had. And it was in Georgetown. And I said, what would you do with this deal, G? And he laid it out to me. And I did exactly what he told me to do. And guess what? House sold. So, if nothing else, we're going to get great feedback from a guy who wrote the book literally on how to build a real estate empire. So it's exciting. But, most people, myself included, your first inclination versus, going up against Moby Dick, that's probably the best way, or Donald Trump, is that you would just say, no, I don't want to do it. I'm fearful. I'm going to make a mistake. The deal won't be good enough. They'll think less of me. And I'm just going to tell you, do it scared. Because like right now I'm sitting here, I'm drinking probiotic soda. Okay, that's all this is, I swear. I said to Reg, if you had tequila, that would be great, but would never drink tequila before I had a conversation with Grant Cardone over millions of dollars. All right, so I will let you guys know whether I made it to the boardroom or not. I don't know if I will or not. I'm not getting any preferential treatment. I want, for those of you that's running through your head, oh, you guys are friends, you're going to get, and I'm not. I was told unequivocally I'm not going to get preferential treatment. So don't think that. The deal's got to stand on its own, but it's a really good deal and it's a really good story behind the deal, right? So a lot of times when you've got a deal that you're trying to put together, you want to have, the business case for the deal's got to stand on itself. It's about cash flow, right? That's what GC talks about, cash flow. His cats are named Cash and Flow. True story, Rich. His cats are Cash and Flow. He's got 2 cats. Okay, so when your cats are named Cash Flow, you understand what the man is thinking about, right? But then when you're trying to create a deal, you've got to create a backstory, right? You have to pull people into your deal. And I'm not going to tell you guys what my backstory is because God only knows who's watching this right now. But I have a good backstory. I've got a really good backstory. So, right. So you got to create the backstory and then the deal has to stand on its own. So thank you for all of, your texts and all the things that are coming in. I appreciate it. I will let you guys know whether I made it to the boardroom or not. But again, even if I don't, it was a great learning experience. And I know that Grant will give me millions of dollars worth of free advice on what we should do with this property and how we should proceed from here. So anyways, I love you guys. I will keep you posted. Wish me luck. He should be here probably in 15 minutes. So take care. Bye.